Hello everyone, this is going to be an in-game look and preview and review of the new Forgemaster's armor set in Star Wars: The Old Republic. This armor set is very loosely based on the character The Armorer from the Mandalorian TV show. She's the one Mandalorian who is making the Mando's Beskar armor set made out of that special Mandalorian metal. Although this set is not an exact replica of her beautiful set that has the fur mantle on it, it is loosely inspired by it. In general, I believe this set in Star Wars: The Old Republic is supposed to be something that an armorer might wear, something that will protect them both in battle as well as protecting your skin from burns while working in the forge. So let's take a look at what are the similarities and differences between this set and the armorer's set in the Mandalorian TV show. So the first one that I was most excited to get this set for was the helmet, because I absolutely love her gold spiked helmet in the Mandalorian TV show. I feel like it's really iconic, really unique design. Unfortunately, this helmet does have some of the same elements. It's got kind of like lines and designs on the front of the Mandalorian helmet around the T-visor, and it's got the spikes. But something about it, it didn't quite capture my interest as much as the actual armorer's helmet. And there is something very unfortunate about this set. The dyes do not really take very well to it. So if you're looking to change the color of this armor set, we've got the helmet. Part of it did successfully turn red, but the part that should have turned orange with the second color of the dye didn't change color at all. So unfortunately, if you like this helmet, you'll only be able to dye it partially, and if you're looking to replicate her armor set, you won't be able to dye the whole thing gold. And speaking of dyes, this set has some weird funky stuff going on. I don't even know exactly what's happening. So I put in this set right now a deep orange and dark red dye module. So orange, red. Where is this purple coming from? I have no idea. So I'm going to put in a blue and deep green so you can see that too. Here's the green, here's the blue. What is this color supposed to be? And one more. So we've got a yellow and green dye, and where did this red come from? Nobody knows. I'm kind of wondering if they're trying something special where you'd get a third random color based on your dye set. I don't know if it was on purpose or an accident, but I hope it's something they change, and I hope they do allow us to change that secondary color on the helmet. So now that I've shown you the issue with the dyes, I'd be happy to show you the rest of the set. So the rest of the set, the big element that's most reminiscent of the armor in the Mandalorian TV show is this section of the chest plate, the green part right now. And what's really cool about this set though, is that this little symbol, this is on the armorer's set as well, actually changes color based on the color crystal in your weapon. So let's pop green one in there. So that was in my offhand, that won't affect anything. But if we put it in my main hand, look at that, it turned green. And then I'll put a red one in here. It turns red. Put a blue, turned bluish. Here's a weird Sovereign's one. There you go, here's a bright orange. And depending on what exact color crystal, it'll affect the intensity of the light, you could say as well. I'm going to put a cyan blue in there. And that's not the only thing that changes color with your color crystal. There's also these very, very tiny lights on the side of the helmet. A light on the back of the helmet, and lights on the back of the chest piece, which is super cool. So this is only the third armor set in the entire game that changes color with your armor set. The very first was the infamous Bounty Hunter's armor set. It has a little rangefinder that comes down that can change color. And the second is the new Jedi Knight Revan's armor set, where the mask visor changes color with your color crystal. And here's the third one, that little bits and pieces on the chest piece change color. I really like those really small attention to detail customization options. Love that so much. If only this set dyed really well, this would be really great for players wanting to customize a Mandalorian character. Oh, one more thing I wanted to show you. So when you draw your weapons, there is a very slight animation change. So the lights on the back of the helmet, actually more of them light up. So when you have your weapons stowed, only one's lit up. And when you draw your weapons, all 4 of them light up. And I do believe the intensity of the light does go up a bit, like it gets quite brighter. So here you can see just a little bit of blinking pale blue. And here you can see the pale blue in the center with a lot of that darker blue glow around it. And that's based on my color crystal. And I believe it's the same for the chest piece. It's a lot duller in the center here when your weapons are stowed. And when you draw your weapons, it gets really quite bright, quite glowy. So now when it comes to the design of the set, one of the things the set doesn't have that the armor does have is the big fur mantle, the big fur ruff around the shoulders, and that's something I really like in the original The Mandalorian design. This one though, it is a pretty cool set. It definitely is unique in terms of the Mandalorian armor we have in game. A lot of the other Mandalorian armor doesn't have a lot of fabric. It's just that pure Beskar, that pure Mandalorian metallic or plastoid armor, depending on how much they can afford, I guess. And this one has a lot of fabric, but it's still very heavy, very combat oriented, very protective, which is super cool, especially for a Mandalorian who may not have to be worrying about fighting someone with a lightsaber. In fact, depending on the era, they may be fighting alongside the Jedi or the Sith. So I really have mixed feelings about this set in general. If you want to get this set and you wanted to dye it, please make sure to preview the dye first. So if you look on the GTN, you can control left click it to open it up in here, and you'll be able to control left click it in the Cartel Market as well. I am seeing here that it is correctly dyeing the sleeves and the gloves, the parts that were being some real funky colors there. So I'm wondering if this is a bug that they might fix in the future, and I sure hope so. If you wanted to buy it on the Cartel Market, so there's 2 ways to get it. You can buy it on the GTN from other players for credits, and it'll be probably decently expensive. Not as much as the Revan's robes that just came up. But the Forgemasters, you can type Forge in there and it should come up, is 1,440 Cartel coins. I don't think there's a bundle or anything like that available, so if you want to get it, it's just that set price. So do your Cartel coins to dollar ratio if you're buying Cartel coins to see if you still want it. If you're buying it with credits, do a Cartel coins to credits ratio to see if there's something else you could buy and sell for a better ratio. So I hope you enjoyed this review of this lovely new Mandalorian armor. I'm hoping those dyes get fixed. If they do get fixed, it's going to be rating quite highly for me in terms of uniqueness and adding to what's available in the lore of Old Republic when it comes to what Mandalorians can and cannot wear. So very cool. See you guys later. Bye.
Tell Moff Kresk to prepare for my arrival.